Hello guys! In today's video, we're going to present to you the top 10 best bow releases available on the market today. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers. Check out the description to find out their prices and more information. We've included the links in the description below. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for the daily video notification. So, without further ado, let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Tru-Fire Patriot Archery Compound Bow Release. Tru-Fire makes a lot of gear we like, and they focus a lot on bow releases, and they particularly stand out with their line of wrist releases. And that's why most of the wrist releases we recommend are Tru-Fires. The Tru-Fire Patriot is just the basic get-her-done model, and it's great for new archers. Make sure the trigger is set to your preferred sensitivity, strap it to your wrist, and draw and shoot. Pretty simple. The only less than perfect aspect of the Tru-Fire Patriot is the Velcro. With Velcro, you're never 100% you're applying the wrist strap with the same degree of tightness, and that can mean your shot is a little less consistent. If you're interested in the Patriot, and we truly do think this a great option for beginners, you may want to make a mark on the strap to ensure you're fastening it with the same tightness every time you use it. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Tru-Fire Edge Buckle Compound Bow Release. The Tru-Fire, all that adaptability makes it a great option for bow hunting, where you may be letting off odd shots at odd angles, and you need your draw to work for you. The head of the release, the part with the caliper, swivels around 360 degrees, so that, too, is pretty fluid, and it can be a little forgiving if you've got a funky-looking draw. And swivel head makes it good for righties and lefties, too. The number 3 position is held by Tru-Fire Hardcore Buckle Foldback. The Tru-Fire Hardcore release is, in our humble, a fantastic option, and our pick for best bow release overall, and best release for hunting. Because so much of it is adjustable, you can change the settings to optimize it for your draw. You can make the trigger heavy or light. You can consistently strap it to a specific tightness, and it's got a lot padding. So even if you apply a lot of pressure, it's pretty comfortable. That padding doesn't sound like much, but it's a big deal if you're hunting big game. And using a high poundage bow, a release without a lot of padding can really do a number on your wrist. The sweep back trigger option is nice as well if you want to be sure the bow release isn't going to hit other objects as you move your hand around. You can fold it back so that it's out of the way. Having a release that hits things as you move around is annoying, but even more so, it can be loud and that can scare away game. Obviously that's a bad thing, so the foldback feature just a big thumbs up. Pretty clever, really? Next at number 4, we have Hotshot Vapor Release. Thumb releases are a lot simpler than wrist releases, and the Hotshot Vapor Release is a good example. It's basically just an ergonomic handle, an adjustable thumb barrel, and a release jaw. Pretty simple, really, but that's all you need on a thumb release. It's got a few drawbacks. The head of the release doesn't swivel, so it can be a little bit unforgiving, and it doesn't have all the modifiable features that some higher-end models have. The real advantage of the Hotshot, though, is its sound qualities. It's got an internal actuating system designed to produce very little sound, and that makes it a great choice for bow hunting. Even despite all the advances in bow technology over the last couple of years, a compound bow can still generate a lot of sound and scare off game, and any sound muffling properties you can find are helpful. The number 5 position is held by Tru-Fire Edge Handheld Bow Release. If you've noticed that we're reviewing a lot of Tru-Fire products, you're very perceptive. There's a reason for that. They make great bow releases, and they seem to focus on that product. The Tru-Fire Edge Bow Release is the handheld version of the Tru-Fire Edge Buckle Release, which we discussed above, and it's got a lot of the same strengths. It's got a full swivel head, meaning it can provide a little give if you're letting off shots from odd angles, perhaps from a tree stand or hunting blind. It's got a sleek 4-finger design to help you hold it and aim for long periods of time. And it's got some adjustability opportunities in the trigger and the thumb barrel. The number 6 position is dominated by the Tru-Ball Max Hunter Release 3. Here's the factor that makes the Tru-Ball Max Hunter 3 unique. The trigger mechanism requires a push forward motion from your thumb instead of a pull backwards motion from your thumb. That seems like a small deal, but it's actually a very unique feature on handheld thumb releases, and it totally transforms the feel of the release. If you're in the camp that think the pull back on thumb releases feels awkward, this can be a great alternative. The core features of the release: dual caliber 360-degree swivel head, near silent function, and ergonomic design are all solid. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Tru-Fire Hardcore 4-Finger Revolution Archery Release. The Tru-Fire Hardcore release has a lot of features we look for in a thumb release. First and foremost, it's got a wide range of adjustability options. Bow releases require state-of-the-art manufacturing, and it's got to be truly difficult to make sure a small device that's adjustable in so many ways. The Tru-Fire Hardcore has a trigger knob that can be moved to 16 different positions, and the trigger tension and travel can be adjusted as well. That and a fully rotating head are really all we could ask for in terms of adjustability. The hook mechanism is another great feature, and it's a sort of best of both worlds scenario. Hooks are thought to create less torque upon release and add a little more accuracy on the shot. But you can't attach them to the D-loop on your string because they'll fall off. However, the Tru-Fire Hardcore has a loop retainer. It's that little strip of metal right behind the hook that allows you to attach the release to your string, should you want to leave it there. That's a nice option, and you can also simply remove it from the release entirely if you want to only use the hook. We like this release a lot, and it gets our vote for best thumb release for both bow hunting and tournament shooting. The number 8 position is held by Scott 6003 PA Longhorn Pro Ad Back. It's odd to describe a back tension/hinge release as just the basics model because they are supposed to be simple, but that's how we consider the Scott Longhorn Pro. It's got a simple 3-finger design, a hinge, and a clicker feature that lets you know when you're just about to release an arrow. Nothing fancy, just all the elements you'd look for in a back tension hinge release. If you're new to back tension releases, this can be a good model to learn with. The clicker will help you know when you're near release, so be sure to listen to it. If you're new to back tension releases, when you hear it click, you're very close to releasing that arrow. Back tension releases require a lot of craftsmanship, and because the mechanisms inside the release are so small, need to move as such incredibly small ways, it's difficult to make even a simple back tension release. We think that's what Scott has done here, made a back tension/hinge release that's sleek and simple. Next at number 9, we have Scott Archery Longhorn Hunter 3-Finger Release. There aren't many back tension releases specifically made for bow hunters, and that's why we like the Scott Archery Longhorn Hunter release. It's got a lot of the features we, as bow hunters, would hope for in a back tension/hinge release, specifically the rope connector, which is something of a rarity on hinge releases, and if you're shooting from a tree stand or anywhere else, really can provide peace of mind that you won't drop the release and lose it. The camo can never have too much camo. The thumb barrel, which can keep you from letting loose an arrow before you're ready. Despite all those features, most of which you'd find in a wrist strap or thumb release, it's a back tension release and releases arrows when tilted back to a certain degree, meaning that it can help with target panic because it's designed to release arrows at a certain spot in your draw, instead of when you pull a trigger or push a thumb barrel. Having all those features many of the characteristics of a wrist or thumb release, but on a back tension release makes this one stand out. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Scott Archery Backspin Release. If you're interested in target shooting, we think the Scott Archery Backspin Release may be one of the best options out there. Each of its features are designed for a smooth draw and an easy release. The hole for your index finger rotates, making it easier to draw and easier to rotate the hinge backwards and let an arrow fly. The hook itself is a little shallow, and that may make it feel a little jumpy when you first use it, but that's a good thing after you're used to the release, and you have an idea of when it'll release. And finally, you can remove the clicker mechanism. If you're having trouble with target panic even after you make the switch to back tension/hinge releases, removing the clicker means one less decision you have to make, and one less thing to create that feeling of jumpiness when you feel target panic. You could use this for bow hunting. It's designed to help with accuracy, and that's never a bad thing when you're out hunting game. And you can remove the click feature, which would make it silent, but just make sure you store it in a place where you can retrieve it easily. The only issue about the backspin is that it's a little on the heavy side compared to other hinge releases. All in all, though, a hinge release we consider top of the line and happily recommend for target shooting at tournaments or simply at the range. We upload all types of survival, camping, and hunting product review videos every single day. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.